Hi everyone, this is Norman Kochneck, very much, well, semi nicely shaven. Took a hacksaw. We were out of lockdown on Monday, so we could go off and do all the things we wanted to do, such as, have a shave, go and buy. I bought some more clothing. I saw friends. I did all the things I could do now, and I'm going to start my on the streets videos again in the next couple of days. I'm alive again. I'm out of being at home, but. Welcome, everyone. This is Norman Kochneck for Eyes on Cricket with Norman Kochneck. We've got Siddharth here. Siddharth is a legendary person, not just as far as his journalistic exploits are concerned, but as a person. And I'm very grateful to have him on the show, as well as I am for all my other guests. But Siddharth and I will have a good chat today. We'll have other people join. We've got a huge match. I'm so disappointed for RCB. I saw those videos that Royal Challenge Bangalore put out, 2.7 million followers, and it's all about all this light and fluffy stuff. The reality is that they're severely disappointed.
Yep.
Didn't they?
I mean, Norman, I think you have to say that Virat Kohli as a brand managed to survive. I mean, let's look at RCB as a corporate structure. Okay. You are the head of a big corporate structure. Okay. 9 years you've been at the helm, just one final and one knockout. And the rest of the time, in 3 years, in 2 out of those 3 years, the last 2-3 years, you finished at the bottom. Any manager, any corporate head would have been fired within 2-3 years. But such is RCB's predicament. I mean, it's always been a trend. If the batting was solid, the bowling let them down. If the bowling was good, the batting let them down. Story of RCB in every single way. They would peak at the wrong time. They would lose that momentum at the wrong time. That's exactly what happened with RCB. So, because Kohli is such a huge brand, many others are terming it a legacy failure. Is Virat Kohli's captaincy legacy a failure in RCB? I would be tempted to say yes, because come on, you had ABD and Gale, two of your greatest ever T20 batters. Plus, you had Virat. You couldn't win a single title. It's damning.
Well, can you explain to me something very quickly? Soon as I saw the toss won by RCB, I thought, great, they're going to bowl. But they batted. They lost the same game previously by batting first. Everyone's been bowling first. CSK bowled first. They won when they probably could have been beaten by Delhi Capitals, okay? Isn't that an obvious captaincy mistake from the word go, not winning the toss and bowling? It's as clear as day.
Blunders. Two captaincy blunders. Two captaincy blunders. Rishabh Pant's that match getting Tom Curran to bowl when you already had Rabada. Why? Why?
He's hopeless. He is hopeless. He is a complete... I don't know what person is thinking anything differently. I've seen Tom Curran bowl on a number of occasions. Each time I've been underwhelmed. Honestly.
And everybody, Norman, is glossing over this one vital mistake that Virat did. I'm sure Dan Christian is a much capable bowler. He had an off day. Agreed. He had a very off day. Those 3 sixes that Sunil Narine hit of Christian, sad way for him to go. But if he had some memory, strong memory thinking, in the first game that they had, why couldn't they have bowled Shahbaz Ahmed? The left-armer spinner, he had taken 3 wickets against Sunrisers to give them that victory. He was there in the squad. He was there in the playing 11. Why didn't you bowl him? He didn't bowl at all. Why? On a sluggish deck like this, when Sunil Narine, no spin, no overspin, just straight bowling, got you 4 big wickets. 3 of them were Maxwell, Kohli and De Villiers. What more do you want?
I'm sorry, Tom Curran is military medium, a little bit faster, perfect delivery, height and length to smack around. It was the perfect bowler to not bowl. What? Blind Freddie would know that.
I hope Pant does not make that mistake. Because remember, in the entire history of the IPL, Delhi Capitals have just won 2 games in the knockout stages. Just 2. And both of them have come only against Sunrisers Hyderabad. Against other teams, they're just collapsed.
Oh, look, the reality is, I mean, I hugely wanted Delhi Capitals to win this. Not because I wanted to. I thought they would. Balanced side, great selections, blah, 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 blah. The reality is, after that loss against Chennai, it's almost obvious to me you need to be an experienced captain at winning in finals, in major matches, peaking at the right time of the season. I'm afraid to say, and I still believe Delhi Capitals are the best team that should win, but I'm afraid to say KKR's approach, not so much saying Morgan's a winning captain, I'm afraid he is. He's proven that.
Yep, he is.
Hasn't been playing that well, but he knows when and how to win. That's the difference. Same with Kohli. And the whole franchise of Chennai and Kolkata have experienced victories. Delhi and, of course, RCB haven't. I'm afraid I'm not going to. I'm still going to be a Delhi Capitals supporter for today, and my favourite team is KKR, by the way, which I should be happy if they win. But it's not based on it. It's based on a franchise concept. KKR and CSK know exactly what they're doing when they get to the stage.
Exactly.
That's pretty obvious to me.
But again, it's actually the match between two very equal teams. Or look at it. Their middle order is almost non-existent if you have to look at it. Both KKR and Delhi Capitals. Again, where are you going to solve that middle order conundrum for Delhi Capitals? Where? You're not getting in Steve Smith. Obviously, Steve Smith does not fit into the plans. Surprising. No. I thought with Ricky Ponting's backing, maybe Steve Smith would have been a regular, but no, he's not. And the bowling is where Delhi Capitals have a slight edge. But again, if Andre Russell comes back, then not only the batting, then the bowling also improves. You've got Lockie, who's doing incredibly well. Lockie Ferguson has been superb for KKR.
Yes.
Then you've got Russell. And then you've got an all-out pace attack. Shivam Mavi has been also good. Then you've got Narain, Varun Chakravarti. So the bowling, Rabada, Nortje, two rockets. What more would you want? The batting top order is good. The bowling of both sides is excellent. What about that middle order? That's almost non-existent, barring Venkatesh Iyer to a certain extent.
I mean, look, Shreyas Iyer is one of my biggest disappointments, without a doubt. Okay,
he's not
Ishan Kishan. I mean, Prithvi Shaw was exceptional last match. Can't knock him. But Ishan Kishan, to me, is one that we have to be. How can I put this? Delhi have got the team to win.
Yep. But again, when you talk about Ishan Kishan, Norman, what was the difference between the 2019 and the 2020 and the 2021 sides for Mumbai Indians? If you look at the middle order this time for the Mumbai Indians in particular, no one averaged over 24. No one. In 2019 and 2020, Surya Kumar Yadav and Ishan Kishan. Ishan was just under 30, but in 2020, Surya Kumar and Ishan, along with the Pandya brothers and Pollard, they all averaged in 35 plus with a strike rate of 140. In this edition, no one has even come close. That's where Mumbai Indians' problem lay, and that's why they are out. When you look at, even if you have to look at it in the UAE, like Pant hasn't fired. That game against Chennai was an exception. He got them to a good score, but his captaincy undid everything. Now, simple tactics. Delhi Capitals have always bungled up on tactics in the playoffs. Either their batting has let them down or their bowling has let them down. In the final last year, Delhi Capitals, the game was lost when Trent Boult got those wickets, early wickets. So, they need
I just want to add, I heard that Marcus Stoinis I went through the video that Josh English, the Australian backup keeper, quite frankly, he's the main keeper. He's better than Matthew Wade by a country mile. If Australia was smart, they would throw Wade out and put English in it from the front.
Hurricanes, right? Hobart Hurricanes.
Sorry?
Josh Ingles. He plays for Hobart Hurricanes, right, in the BBL?
No. Well, he's a WA boy, actually. He was a Western Australian boy as well. It's okay. But he is somebody who is showing that he's Cape. I think he's Hobart Hurricanes. I think you're right, but he's also from WA. So the thing is, he's you watch, the future will be Josh Inglis. Anyway, in that interview, he was asked at Marcus Stoinis. Apparently, he's fully fit, and Cole, the media manager, also said that he's fully fit. Now, if he's fully fit, is that for the World Cup or is it for today's match?
Maybe. Why don't you take the punt on Stoinis? But then, that means you'll keep out Hetmeyer. I don't think you can.
What?
Because who are the foreigners, if you have to look at it? Hetmeyer is there, Rabada, Northier. Okay, then drop Tom Curran and get in Marcus Stoinis. Simple.
Oh, well, that's a bloody obvious one. Of course he would. Yeah. That's exactly. Come on, Sid. That's if Tom Curran is even near the pitch today, I'll be surprised. That was disgraceful. I mean, and I feel sorry for him a little bit too because he hadn't played practically all series. But why would you bring someone in to a game like that who's underdone both talent-wise and experience-wise? I don't know.
Not the first time. Delhi have made some odd selections in playoff games. I mean, if you look at 2012 is a classic case of Delhi Daredevils botching up big time. Okay. They needed an assurance of a batter. So they had Mahela Jayawardene, Ross Taylor, Andre Russell, and they also had David Warner. Now, for the qualifier, the second they had already lost to Kolkata Knight Riders in qualifier 1, so they had to go to qualifier 2 to beat Chennai. Irfan Pathan's injury had thrown everything haywire, the composition. So, what do? They bench Morne Mokel, their purple cap winner in that year, who had bowled brilliantly. And they got in some uncapped guy, Sunny Gupta. He gave him the first over also. 15 runs came of that first over. The match was over. Russell's batting just did not help Delhi Daredevils at that time. So making odd selections is nothing new in the Delhi Capital psyche. It happens. And today, how Akshar Patel will react? He's been replaced in the 15-man squad. And Shardul is in the side. 15-man World Cup squad. And he's just a standby.
Because they're in the 15-man World Cup squad, they can't play. Is that the official word?
The word is Shardul Thakur is now in the main 15-man squad. Akshar Patel is now on standby. This is the words that the press release has been issued by the BCCI. These are the words. Akshar Patel is now a standby cover player. Shardul now is in the main 15-man team.
So that means he can't play the IPL matches. Is that right?
He can play. He will play. Okay. But how will he be? Because, okay, I was in the Indian team. Now suddenly I'm a standby, but I have to still play in the IPL. How will I do it?
Yeah. Look, they're not having to travel very far. They're in the same country, effectively, aren't they? So I don't think it's a big difference between, and their bubbles would be assimilated very easily.
The mental thing. Okay, I was in the main India squad. Why suddenly I've been put as a cover? So that mental thing is something which might bother Akshar a bit.
Oh yeah, but I genuinely think when you reach this level of when you reach this level of cricket and you're amongst an IPL or a T20 squad, I don't think it doesn't worry you that much, okay? Because they've now got sponsorships coming out of their ears. They've got this, that, and the other. I think they're now feeling pretty good, and they'd be quite happy to be in and around, in and out of the side. Of course, they prefer to be in, but if they're out, but just a little bit out, they're not really. I mean, I'm going to put together a video on the 10 frustrations I've got and the 10 likes I've got about what I'm seeing in cricket generally. And one of the frustrations is money, because they're earning too much money now. And when you see the hypocrisy of a Dave Warner, he was on Buria today. Did you see Buria? And Buria interviewed him, and it was. And Buria is a great guy. I love Buria, but it was very much the sympathy line for Warner. He didn't quite know why he was sacked. I'm sorry, he didn't know why he was sacked. Everyone saw why he was sacked, because he acted out of line. I mean, what I'm getting at is, it's all about their money. They try to get the sympathy votes so they keep the Indian fans and they look good. It's not about that. They should be true to themselves and I'm very frustrated with that. And we'll go on with that another time. But I don't. You
Well,
see
there's a
right through it.
trend on Twitter today. There's a trend on Twitter today. No Warner, hashtag no Warner, no SRH. It's a top trend today here.
But that's a sympathy vote.
Started by probably some fans of the SRH camp.
Yeah, but no Warner, SRH played better when Jason Roy and Williamson batted the game after, or the game after that. Look, SRH were gone while he was playing. And if he played the last few matches, it could have even been worse.
Yep.
That's the reality.
I don't know. I'm really feeling sad for Warner because till that Sydney ODI, till he suffered that groin injury, he was all great. But after that, he's just lost it. I don't know why. Maybe the dual pressures of fatigue, bio bubble fatigue, probably. Then the crossroads of, okay, should I prioritize national over club, staying away from family, not being with family? I think it's all playing a big conundrum on his mind.
Look, I'm not fooled by any of that. There's an overdose of TikTok, Instagram posts of his children and him and with his wife. All of a sudden, it's out of hand. There's newspaper articles. There's a lot of sympathy votes going on. I mean, of course you're proud of your family. I don't begrudge any of that. But when it smacks of, when he has a picture of his daughter saying, "Daddy, come home immediately" or something, I think, how could a child that young even know how to spell that word? There's so much. I'm sorry. It is. I don't feel sorry. I think he's done it to himself. I'm sad because he has let himself get in this position. Okay, he's a fantastic player. He's a fantastic player. Pure talent is brilliant. Pure raw talent is sensational. He's now worth 20, 30, 40 million, and his whole approach has changed. Okay, and he's become a little bit too, and he realizes that he can't keep doing that because he'll get sacked by the team. And that's what happened. Now he's on, oh my God, I want to get to 50, 60 million. I better go back on the bandwagon and be good. Sid, I'm 100% correct. I'm 500% correct. There's no doubt that that's what's happened. You cannot make me believe anything else. And I'm not against the guy. I happen to love his cricket. I adore his cricket. But there's no one that can make me believe right now that this man is not tainted and spoiled by all those things that surround him. Okay? Yeah. And he would be better off just getting off bloody social media altogether and not coming out in Buria and saying, "Oh, I'd like to know why they sacked me." Oh, come on. If he doesn't know why they sacked him, he has to be kidding himself.
Then there is only one franchisee that can get him back on the right track. Then there's only one franchisee that can make this happen for Warner. If it happens and if he goes in the 2022 mega auction for a big prize, maybe it has to be Chennai Super Kings. I can't see anything else in that sense.
Well, I mean, hopefully, because they pull it like. By the way, I have a TikTok account. I have a TikTok account. Okay, so I have one. All right, so there you go.
It's banned in India. We can't have TikTok here. It's banned.
Look, but Warner's value has not gone up. It's dropped. How could it have gone up? Anyway, all right.
Let's see what he does in the World T20. Then the stocks may rise.
Well, I'm particularly impressed with this IPL going into the World Cup is Glenn Maxwell.
Yes,
he has been very, very, very good.
Indeed, best season since that 2014 miracle. His best season, and I'm glad for Maxi. He's that kind of guy who you would love to pay and watch.
He's great. He's superb. And he really, what do I do on TikTok? I wear bikinis. Go and have a look. All right. The fact is that go back to Glenn Maxwell. The Australian side, I'll spend a moment talking about the Australian side. They're a mess. I'm sorry. Aaron Finch, I have good time for him. Glenn Maxwell should be a part of the captaincy group. Matthew Wade should not be the keeper. Josh Inglis should be the keeper. And you know what? If Wade fails early on, he should be out the door and Inglis should be straight in. They shouldn't muck around. Because I saw an interview where Matthew Wade was interviewed and he was asked the question directly, is Josh Inglis and Matthew Wade going to rotate the keeping? And Matthew Way got quite uppity and said, no, it'll be one for the whole tournament. And I thought, oh, is that right? Is that what you think? You're just the keeper. You're not the selected boy. He really, to me, is also pushing his luck. I don't care how experienced he is. He's just not there. Mitchell Marsh at number 3. That's an interesting one as well.
He did well in West Indies and
yeah,
Bangladesh.
and keep him there. Steve Smith's going to struggle. It won't be his format.
One of the greats, but still he seems so out of depth in T20, Steve Smith.
He's played. If he was such a great at this format, he would be playing for an IPL team and be the leading player. Correct?
Yep, but he's not. He's not. So Warner, Finch, Marsh, Maxwell,
Stoinis in form, yes.
Stoinis at 5, 6, Wade.
Yeah, well, I hope Inglis. Okay. Then you'll have
then Zampa, Agar.
Yeah, the bowling of Adam Zampa and Agar, I'm pretty impressed with. Mitchell Swepson out. He's just he's never been as good as they make out to be. Hazel's been rather impressive.
I don't know what's happened to James Moorhead. He did well against England, right? Another leg spinner, James Moorhead. The guy who did in the 2013-14 when Australia just swept England aside in all formats. Yeah. James Moorhead, Muirhead. I think I
know who you're talking about. He's not there.
Not there, yeah.
I don't know what's going on. But so Hazelwood was a lot better than I thought. He still only played about 10, 15 internationals, but lower numbers. Pat Cummins has got to go straight back in. He is damn good. Then you got some of the medium paces that are. I mean, Nathan Coulter-Nile's not there, and he probably is the most informed bowler at the moment as well.
Stark.
Yeah, Stark. You know what? Stark's not going to do well in this T20 tournament. They'll take to him. They'll take to him because he's, even though he bowls a good Yorker, batters will move out of the crease.
He's just lost rhythm. Ever since he changed his action, he's lost rhythm. I don't know what was wrong with that old action. Maybe it was becoming more injury prone. Maybe I don't know. But ever since he changed that action, he's not been the same. I'm sorry. I mean, come on. A left armer, 6'7", swinging it both ways with pace, nailing the Yorkers, was one of the best sights in world cricket. But now he's just not the same Mitchell Stark. Lack of cricket, maybe? I don't know.
Well, as I said earlier, Earl Eddings, the chairman, who was on the nose with New South Wales and Victoria and WA in the end. You've got problems with Langer. You've got problems with their previous media manager who was sacked for some indiscretions, which I won't go into. They had some issues. They've got some real issues there, even with Sutherland and the like. There have been issues right throughout. Now, that culture permeates right through the team as well. Even team performance is affected by that. There are not many teams that can perform well when their management structure's a mess. So it's Australia hasn't got a grassroots has been a little bit of a mess as well. They're not going to do well in this tournament. If they do, I'd be shocked, but they're not.
I think their best chance is 2022 when they play at home. That's their best chance. I don't think this year. I think the only teams that are my 4 semi-finalists are India, Pakistan, West Indies, New Zealand / England. These are my.
You think New Zealand are a certainty? England are a certainty.
They have somehow managed to do well in the UAE in the last couple of seasons that they've come here against Pakistan. They somehow do well, and in an ICC event, traditionally New Zealand tend to do well in an ICC event.
Yeah, I don't think New Zealand are going to go as well this time because they haven't got the spinning.
They'll just scrape through to the semi-finals. That's it. They'll just scrape through, but
they need good spinners, and they haven't got good spinners, I'm afraid.
Yeah. But I think the team that will be vindicated the most and who will want to really, really go well for the tournament is Pakistan. They are supremely angry. They are incensed. Oh, anyway, only 2 teams can qualify, right, from the same group. So that means either of India or New Zealand can qualify, or India or Pakistan can qualify.
Yeah, I always maintain that it'll be England, West Indies from the other group.
England, West Indies, India, Pakistan. Then that's my team. That are my 4. But again, Pakistan, one team refused to go due to certain security reasons.
Yeah.
I agree with them. I sympathize with them because they have faced 3 terror attacks in the past. But England, I mean, come on, they have shown like they are ungrateful to the core. Period. England are ungrateful. Pakistan will be very incensed by that. And already the mind games have begun. Already the mind games have begun. Pakistan just released a jersey which had the UAE as the host. Other teams sported the India host jersey. Already the mind games have begun in big way. This is the best
So,
chance for Pakistan to get over India. This is the best chance.
well, this is
Otherwise,
kind
they
of
will
their
never
home
get
ground.
another chance.
So just quickly on security, okay? Why is the UAE any safer?
Pakistan is playing a domestic tournament at home. Nothing's happened. The corona cases in India are much more.
No, but what I'm getting at is Pakistan have played in the UAE for the last, 10 years or something, right?
6 years. 6 years.
Okay. Well, then how many times has there been a security scare in UAE when Pakistan have played? None. Zero.
None. 0.
Okay. So, honestly, look, I'm of an opinion that you can go to Pakistan and play cricket. I think the one that was disgraceful was the Sri Lankan moment where they had that bombing or that attack on the bus. That was atrocious. Other than that, I think that Pakistan have bolstered up their security science. The Bangladeshi women were there. I can't remember when it was, maybe last year or something. They're women, not the men. I appreciate that. But what I heard from them, the security was enormous. And there was no one near the bus.
There was one bomb blast during a Pakistan Super League game, but that was ICC World 11 when Pakistan played the ICC World 11, but that was way off. It was cordoned off pretty well. So security-wise, Pakistan has improved miles on ahead compared to 2002 or till that period 2002 to 2010. The Sri Lankan attack unfortunately robbed them of 6 years of home cricket. 6 years.
But see, I'd be more scared for the women's qualifiers that are going to Zimbabwe next month. There's about half a dozen teams or more going to Zimbabwe to play. I'm really quite worried about that. And I noticed the women's Big Bash. There's mainly Indian players that have come over, and there's quite a bit of change. There were 2 South African girls, Marizan Kapp and Dane van Niekerk, who are always in the same team, by the way. I know why, but for the first time ever, that one's in Perth, one's in South Australia, which is in LA. I mean, they're going to see each other a lot, but still, it's a.
Kapp is for Renegades, right? Melbourne Renegades. She's playing for the.
No, she's playing for the Perth Scorchers.
Perth Scorchers. Oh.
Okay. With my favourite player, not the Atapatu from South
Shamari Atapatu.
Yes, no, she's not. So they're both together. And then you've got Dane van Niekerk, she's Adelaide Strikers, I think. And then, so they were both playing for the Sydney Sixers, and they both were. Yeah. Actually, the Melbourne Renegades look stronger. They've got Harmanpreet Kaur. I've got a few players. Anyway, we digress. There's been a lot of interesting discussions that I've seen in the press, even Chris Gale, you heard there where we had Courtney Walsh has said that he's on automatic choice. And then Chris Gale said, I don't really care what Courtney says. And I love that because former players shouldn't be so, Chris Gale, I'm afraid, deserves to be there. He's a huge factor in the West Indian squad on their day. How could you not have him in there? Seriously.
But again, probably this might be Gale's last T20 World Cup. Probably.
Well, he is 40, 42.
He is 40, 41. And he's, apart from a couple of games, he's not had that old impactful Gale. With age, he's a hand-eye coordination player. Feet movement is not that much. So that's why with age, you definitely will slow down, unfortunately. But still, doesn't diminish his greatness. One of the all-time greats, period, in the T20 format.
I'll tell you what, besides that, it'll still be pretty fearful. He walks at the bat in a game, in a World Cup match. He tends to go crazy.
I hope he gets the right franchisee next year, if he puts in his bid for the mega auction, if he does. I think he will.
Yes. So, I mean, look, we've got players like Avish Khan, Lockie Ferguson. So they're obviously Prithvi Shaw and Shikhar Dhawan are massively important to Delhi.
Yeah.
So is Shubman Gill and Venkatesh Iyer too. Both, they're all fantastically. And
Super.
3 of them are, leading. In fact, you'd argue 4 of them now are both previous and future Indian players. Venkatesh Iyer will play for India at some stage. Would you agree?
Hope so. Yeah. Hope so. He has to just maintain the performance. Even next year, if he does it, Rituraj has already shown that he is ready for the India Hall because he's been in superb form for CSK.
He has. Who's got the orange cap?
Oh, good question. We have been so much more involved in the purple cap thing because Harshal Patel just missed by 1 wicket. I'm on KL Rahul.
Or is it Gaikwad?
Gaikwad is just 23 away. If he scores that, he'll get the orange cap in the final.
Right. So Prithvi Shaw and Dhawan are the ones to watch. They're bowling Avish Khan, Akshar Patel. Akshar Patel won't be very happy, I'll tell you, with what's going on with him.
Yeah. I mean, as I said, like for like. You've got Kagiso Rabada and Andrich Notia. Then you've got Lockie Ferguson on the KKR side. Also, spin twins in both Akshar Ashwin in Delhi Capitals, Narayan Chakravarti in KKR. So, all in all, it's looking a very good, evenly matched contest in that sense.
And they look at the last 5 matches. Delhi Capitals won in 19, in 20, and KKR in 20. And then Capitals won in April this year in the first leg, let's call it. But in the second leg, KKR won. So it's going to be interesting.
Yep, indeed.
I'm afraid, even though I believe Delhi Capitals are still the best team in the comp, they're going to find it very hard today. And if KKR play cleverly, they could win.
Delhi just do the right thing by winning the toss if they can. Take the right decision. Play the right team. These are the only 2 things that's needed. Otherwise, it's back to that same old story of, oh, we did well in this stage, but then we just lost it. If KKR win, though, then it opens the door nicely for CSK to win their 4th title. Because this KKR side, they tend to make things a bit difficult for themselves. Somehow, the RCB match, had it not been for Narayan's 3 sixes, they would have struggled to chase down 139. They would have really struggled.
Oh, so the orange cap that Baram's saying the orange cap stops with Rahul. Does it not go to the very end of the tournament?
There's a bit of confusion. I think it doesn't. When the league stages end, I think that's when the orange cap is done.
I think it should go to the end of the tournament, really. I mean, if you're still in the tournament, it's because your team's playing well and you're doing a great thing. Okay, yeah. So realistically, KK have to be very excited because they just scraped in the 4th spot.
Yep.
Effectively. Now they're effectively in 3rd spot at the very least. Could well be vying for 1st. Quite an achievement, in all honesty.
Right.
So Amit Shrivastava saying BCCI just decided to extend the date until October 20th, the tender of the 2 new IPL teams. That's interesting.
Yep. Let's see who are the 2 new teams. Okay, there's a clarification. It goes on till the end of the tournament. So yeah, Rituraj is just 23 runs away.
Okay.
From Rahul. Rahul is 626. It's 603 with Rituraj.
Exactly. So, okay, let's have a look at have they given a likely team? The reality is that Lockie Ferguson's certainly been a major improvement, has he not?
Yep.
Although there was, if you go back to New Zealand's team for the T20 World Cup, they've got Jameson, they've got Lockie Ferguson, I believe, is in there. Southey and Bolts as well. They've got quite a good bowling line, haven't they, New Zealand?
Santner's there, I guess.
I'm not impressed with Santner. I think he's not good enough to be that penetrative in the World Cup, is my opinion, especially in UAE.
Yep, indeed. I just know what are the squads which I just have to look at it. Wait, I'll just.
I mean the World Cup squads.
Yeah, the World Cup squad. Yep. So wait, I have got right here New Zealand. 1 minute. Namibia, Netherlands, New Zealand. Okay, there's Williamson, Astle, Tor Astle, the leg spinners there. Bolt, Devon Conway, typical those WW guys. Ferguson, Jameson, Mitchell, another WW. Neesham, Phillips, Santner, Seifert, Sodi, Saudi, Milne.
Well,
Decent.
Mill, they've got a pretty good side, but I just don't know whether they've got the spin bowling depth to be sufficient. Or the
Yeah, that's the
Mr.
only problem.
Grunham's gone, hasn't he? He's not in a part of this, is he?
No, he's not. He's not.
He went off pretty quickly, didn't he? He was a player I thought a lot of, actually.
Yeah.
Even
But
his
again,
batting.
2022 is going to be a massive IPL. My God, close to 100 games with 10 teams.
Well, but I'm saying 94. Oh, my God. We played, how many did we play here?
We have played 60. 60.
Oh, sorry, that's going to be painful. 94, that's, I mean, it has felt like 94 this year because it's been protracted over two legs. It feels like 194, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it was a very bad, but I understand why, but it was a bad decision to spread it over almost 6 more months. It started in April and now it's October, effectively.
6 months IPL. Wow. And then top of that, imagine double headers. Oh God! Congratulations to people who will be covering that.
Well, they shouldn't be thinking about triple headers. I think that they're going to be really smart about it. Anyway, that's my thoughts.
Take a bit of relief. Spare some thought for the desk guys who will have to do those triple headers. My God, they'll be destroyed. It's like that NatWest T20 series. Do you remember? Finals, semi-finals, and the finals on the same day. It's a real hassle. Real hassle to do it.
Absolutely.
Both the semi-finals on the same day, final on the same day. Ooh.
Now, a good friend of mine, Siddharth Mongia, who's one of he's a lovely bloke. He writes well, and he's again concerned about the lack of depth in the batting of Delhi Capitals today, but the bowlers are capable of offsetting that. Do we agree? I think they can offset by their bowling, but their batting depth is only a problem if they lose early wickets, because Prithvi Shaw and Shikhar Dhawan could almost wrestle the match themselves, couldn't they?
Indeed. So I think
I'd love to see Prithvi Shaw and Dhawan bat the whole 20 overs and score 180.
Yeah, that'll be good. But again, I think Delhi should chase, because in Sharjah teams that have chased have done well. And if you can restrict KKR to 130, 140, it'll be great.
No, I think either team needs to bowl first. It should happen in the last match, because when you get a team getting out for 130 or whatever, you can plan your innings perfectly, and you've got the confidence to go for it. The pressure's back onto the bowlers immediately. So no, the definitive answer is to win the toss and bowl first.
Yep, indeed. Sharjah, the last time they'll play in Sharjah. So
yeah, it's funny they're playing. Well, there's a lot of qualifiers in Oman. Which have you been? Have you been to Oman?
No.
It's a beautiful place. It's a country town version of Dubai. It's beautiful, some beautiful hotels, but very peaceful. Very, very peaceful.
How I wish, Norman. How I wish.
And the beaches are beautiful. The people are a little bit more relaxed, and more importantly, they love their cricket. But 3/4 of the population three-quarters of the population are foreigners, and they're all from India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, wherever, and they all love cricket.
Yeah. As I said, I have got only 2 dreams now, and I hope, I just pray, although it's very slim, 2 dreams. New Zealand in 2022 for the Women's World Cup, that's one. Second, Australia for the Men's World Cup. These are my only 2 dreams that I've got. Well,
Australia, you're taken care of. As I recommend to anyone that I know well, you just let me know when your plane flies in. I'll pick you up from the airport and you're off. As simple as that. Okay.
Yep.
Analog TV. I'm not sure that name. Prithvi Shaw and Shikhar Dhawan are amazing one-day and T20 players. They will do well in the IPL bowling. First is a great choice for 20 overs. One day depends on conditions. Best probably should bat. Okay, one day is a different story, but T20 definitely bowl first. Battle of the Billionaires. Well,
Mm.
we've got that in other sports. I don't think it would necessarily.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, and long TV. Norman, I need to get my laundry done. Can you help?
Oops.
What do you mean? Your dirty laundry?
He wants you to wash. He wants you to wash dirty linen in public.
Okay. I want South Africa to win, and New Zealand also. Big three should be challenged. South Africa,
Not this current
no
South Africa
hope.
team.
South Africa, they've got some good bowlers, but their batting's woefully underdone, and the spinners are useless. So Tahir's not there. So why would you even think about it?
Shamsi probably might be a great option.
Yeah, but he can't do it on his own.
Yeah, can't do it on his own.
They need a batting. They've only
too
got
much
really,
reliance on Jacob. Too much reliance on Jacob.
Yeah,
no Faf. No Faf. That is another big blunder.
He's about to win a IPL tournament with those no opening batter, but he can't get in his team.
Yeah,
something's really wrong there.
Terrible choice.
Okay, I might know the answer to this question, but there's no Pakistani players in the IPL because of the friction between the two countries. Is that the reason?
Yeah, political tensions.
It's sad.
Because what happened is Pakistan players played in the 2008 edition of the IPL. There was Umar Gul, Mohammad Asif, Shoaib Akhtar, Sohail Tanveer, Yunus Khan, Kamran Akmal. Lots and lots of Pakistani players had participated in all the front. Misbah ul Haq played for Royal Challengers Bangalore. Shahid Afridi for Deccan Chargers. But then the 2008 Mumbai terror attacks happened in November 26, 2008. Immediately there was a backlash, like, stop getting the players in here. And it's not happened. There have been players from a Pakistani background who have played in the IPL. Azhar Mahmood became a British citizen, but he played for Pakistan, but he was allowed because he was a British citizen. Apart from that, there has been just no instance of getting any Pakistani player on board. In whether that will change in 2022, I doubt it. The tensions are just too high. And if Pakistan wins the World T20, which they very well could, they'll rub it in India's face. They'll really do.
I don't think there would be one Indian or Pakistani or world cricket fan or supporter that would begrudge seeing some great play from any side. Honestly. Okay, there's a massive rivalry for the World Cup. We know that. That's going to be a lot of fun. But you know what? I think the most exciting is some great cricket. And you know, if Babar Azam or whomever gets a big total, but no one's going to disparage him. They're going to be applauding it.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting during the week how Maxwell and Dan Christian were complaining about some of the so-called trolls on their social media.
Yeah. Vicious.
You know, vicious, but you know what? Honestly, I get comments here too. Just ignore it. The biggest mistake.
It becomes hard. Sometimes it becomes hard. What happened is that they lost. In the immediate aftermath of that, there was severe criticism. I think Jan Christian's partner was being dragged into this. That's where I think they could not ignore it anymore. Because she didn't even come anywhere in the frame. Why did you have to target her?
Okay, but I'm being honest with you. Whether they knock your race, your color, your ethnicity, or your religion, or your wife, you know, the best thing to do to those people who do that is ignore them. Don't give them any airtime. By going on your social media and saying how bad those individuals were, those individuals will be laughing their heads off, loving it, even though they've been blocked. Just don't talk, don't mention them, don't show their comments, delete, not even delete them, just block them, just ignore them, because it's even better if you can allow them to comment and just ignore them, because they don't know what's going on then, and that's the only way to approach people. That's where I don't think Glenn Maxwell and Dan Christian needed to do that, even though it was really bad. I agree, Siddharth. Yep. You're best off just not giving them any airtime, not mention their names, not mention anything at all. So, yeah. All right, today quickly. Okay, your English lessons are awaiting you. So, all right, on today's game. Delhi were beaten last time they played KKR. if Delhi play Stoinis, we're not sure. I'm assuming he's not going to play. They got Knight Riders. They've got Shakib Al Hussain or Russell. Will they bring Russell in?
They'll have to get Russell in.
He's a game. Yeah, he's a massive game. But can you have
Morgan, Narain, Ferguson, Russell? Your 4 foreigners for KKR.
Right. So Shakib Al Hussain's not in there.
Yep. Unless KKR believe that they can beat this Delhi Capitals team and progress to the final, then Russell is a definite choice. Eyes closed. Maybe they may not want to risk Russell for this qualifier too. But again, it's a high-stakes game. 1 loss now and you're out. So it's better to play Russell in this.
Yeah, there's discussion there. Arun Singh mentioned Amit Mishra as opposed to Ashwin. Now, Ashwin at this point hasn't done a lot, has he?
Yeah. Probably preserving his best for the World Cup, maybe.
Or maybe he should step aside and let someone else play these IPL matches. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe last few days with Delhi Capitals, maybe he'll go to a different franchisee next year. So maybe.
Yeah. But okay. But my point is that Amit Mishra, if he's around, he's fit. Is someone worth to consider? I do.
He's just 4 away from equaling Malinga's all-time tally of wickets in the IPL. He's just 4 away.
He could do that in 1 match, couldn't he? He could do that in 1 match.
He can. So I just hope that he's picked next year also. I hope he does, because he's a very crafty bowler. Lost it in the middle, and that's where the emergence of the others just ensured that, okay, it's not my time in the Indian team. Let me do well in franchisee cricket. He's done well in franchisee cricket. Amit Mishra.
He's done fantastically well.
Yep.
So
but again,
4 wickets.
Again, KKR have got 5 left-handers in the side. So maybe Ashwin will unleash his best today. But again, those guys have played him well. Rahul Tripathi has played him well. Nitish Rana has played him well. Morgan has not. Shakib has got a mixed record against him. So we really don't know. I mean,
I think the key to both sides are with their openers, because they've both been in red-hot form. Yeah. Gill and Venkateshwar, they've been really good. And if either side can penetrate those batsmen early, that could make a big difference. And the only way to really prove that is by throwing him into bat first and bowling second. Bowling first and batting second. Absolutely.
Indeed.
All right, so what's your predictions for this match and beyond?
If Delhi bowl, then I think they'll enter the final. Their batting looks a little bit more solid, but again, that middle order is a big problem. Shreyas Iyer needs to fire today. Same with KKR. Their middle order is also non-existent, but their lower middle order is good. If they get Russell in, big boost. On paper, my prediction today will be KKR not going through, Delhi Capitals winning. Delhi Capitals, Chennai Super Kings final, I see Chennai winning.
Well, I mean, psychologically, Chennai just beat them only a game ago, so it's going to be hard to.
And remember, last 2 matches, Delhi Capitals, last 2 games, they have lost it in the last over.
But they got to bat second, not first.
Yeah. Yep.
Because you totally know what your expectations are when you're batting second. You know what totally you got to go. You know how you're going to handle it. You got better control. You can go early. You can go late. You got the options are there. But if you bat first, you know.
But if the pitch slows down even more, which is expected to, then Narain and Chakravarti will make their lives miserable. And if Shakib also plays, if Russell's not in, Shakib plays, then 3 spin options, 12 overs, they'll just strangle you.
Sunil Narayan's not playing for the West Indies, is he, in the World Cup? I don't think he is.
No, he's not.
They're missing out there. They should be making some late changes to their squad, I think. He's a great player.
They have time till the 15th. They have time.
You still can change players. I thought it was...
No, the teams that were playing the first qualifiers from 17th onwards, their deadline was the 10th. For teams that are directly playing the Super 12, their deadline is 15th October. So that is why India can still change.
In my opinion, they should be able to play up until the first match is played. That's what I reckon. They should be able to they should be able to pick their squad until the day before the first match. Really, I mean, because it's
barring an injury concern, this provision should not be there at all. You selected a team. That's it. No more. Don't have all these things. Oh, let us think about it till the 15th and all these kind of things. No.
Yeah, but considering that they're all in UAE, both a number of the players are there for the IPL. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, look, the fact that we've got all these so-called net bowlers coming out of their ears, haven't they? The Indians have got 3 or 4 players staying back.
Yep. Indeed.
All right. So we've still got some 8 minutes before the toss. Can you wait 8 minutes, or you want to go?
5 minutes. I can wait for 5 minutes.
Okay. All right. What's the success of the way that CSK have gone? They've been almost under the radar the entire season. You don't even notice they're there, but they're already in the final. It's hard to really work out what's gone on right there, because effectively, Suresh Raina, even Dwayne Bravo in certain matches have not played, and including Dhoni for that matter as well, have been very underwhelming. Dhoni hit 18 off 6 last game, won the match, yes. But up until then, he's been under the radar. Those 3 significant middle order players in this team, but somehow they came through. And Moeen Ali has done very little. He's done virtually nothing as well. So really, it's been, Faf du Plessis, who I would not have expected to be the man to be so significant, and Gaikwad that have done the damage.
I mean, every individual somewhere in most of the games has contributed in a big way. Deepak Chahar, Shardul Thakur, their opening spells in the early stages in India, they were good. Faf and Rituraj have always had consistent partnerships at the top. That helped. Raina, Moeen and Ambati Raidu did just about enough to ensure that, okay, let's be stable. Ravindra Jadeja was good in some games. Bravo always, he may go for runs, but he always has taken wickets. Hazelwood has been a surprise. He did well. He's done well in this leg. So
he's got the first leg, he was pretty ordinary. The first leg wasn't great.
But in this leg, that's why I said in this leg. So that's why every player in the Chennai Super Kings team has done just about enough to ensure that they win on a consistent basis. They've gone under the radar for the entire tournament. Yep. They have. But that's what happened in 2018 also. They went under the radar. Suddenly they are the champions. It might very well happen this time also. If Delhi Capitals goes through, that is.
I can't see Chennai not winning. I mean, Chennai first through to the final.
But again. Chennai have reached 9 finals in 12. But they have just won 3. That means they have also
9 out of 12.
They participated in 12 editions of the IPL. 2 they missed because of the spot fixing scandal. Out of the 12 editions that they participated, 9 have been in the finals.
That's unbelievable.
2008, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2015, then 2018, 2019, now 2021.
That's remarkable, isn't it? Really, honestly, remarkable.
But they have lost 6 finals.
But that just shows that they're a good maintained, good managed. They know what to do to get to a final. Okay, they may lose, but they get to a final, for God's sake.
There is no major social media distraction in the Chennai Super Kings side. Let's be aware of that one thing. You don't see Dhoni active on social media. Moeen Ali is not on social media. Jadeja is very limited. Rituraj also is limited. Faf is also pretty limited. And Faf just posts images of his family having a good time. So that's nothing. Chahar is not that active on Twitter. Neither is Shardul. They are disciplined in that one aspect. The CSK management are pretty dictatorial when it comes to social media. One team doctor once said something out of the script. and he was sacked. Clear guidelines.
But let's not forget they went through a fairly bad match fixing scenario. So social media is the last place they want to be found. Okay,
Yep.
because of the messages. That's one thing. But you're right. I mean, RCB's got 2.7 million. It's just ridiculous. Delhi have gone a bit crazy with everything Ponting says is recorded. I actually think that's a stupid thing because whatever Ponting says should be kept under wraps.
Yep. But again, who comes in the press conference for the Chennai Super Kings ever since they have been playing the IPL? It's Stephen Fleming. Only Fleming. So what more can you expect from a guy who's always been attending BCs for Chennai Super Kings? So that is why half of the interest is gone in that itself for anything juicy that has to come out of the media. And the spot fixing scandal happened not because anybody admitted to it. It just happened when other players were implicated.
But social media is a bit of a worry for that, though. Let's be honest.
For David Warner to regain his form back and to regain whatever he has lost, he has to come to the Chennai Super Kings side. Simple.
Yeah, and he should delete his Instagram, his everything.
Yes. That's the only way you can get success. That's why Chris Gayle will not fit into the Chennai Super Kings psyche, because Chris Gayle is an open, I mean, in India we call it bindas. That means free-spirited guy. He cannot fit into the CSK regimental attitude. Warner
but
can.
Chris Gale's not affected by social media. He does it.
Yeah.
His life is social media, and he loves it. In fact, I think he plays better.
Maybe the team that has had the best discipline of social media and the results on the field are Mumbai Indians. Best discipline. Because, look, Quinton de Kock struggled for all other franchises. But here in Mumbai Indians, he's found a focus. He's found purpose. Bolt, not touted as a death overs bowler, but with Bumrah, he's emerged as the best in the business. So there's something in the Mumbai and the Chennai Super Kings camps that ensures that you get focus. Nothing more than that.
Well, the comments are that Ripple will come back in for Curran. Curran's got to go.
Yeah, obviously.
Stoinis or Smith for Ashwin. That's interesting.
Oh, no. I have a feeling Delhi are going to choke on the team selection. Somewhere there's this gut feeling. They will choke on it.
They can't bring Steve Smith back in and expect him just to fire like this either.
Yep. You can't get Smith. Smith just doesn't fit in.
No. Actually, the most disappointing one probably has been Punt, to be honest with you. Rishabh Punt hasn't taken games by the scruff of its neck. He should win the toss, bowl first, bat second, and come home with a wet sail and win the match on his own.
But in this captaincy, in Punt's captaincy, Norman, this side has achieved something what other sides have never done in 13 years of the IPL. Beat both Chennai Super Kings and Mumbai Indians twice in the league stages. No other side has ever done it in history.
But there's no point betting Mumbai and Chennai if they're not making it to the final and winning that.
Indeed.
I mean, really, I mean, look at Chennai lost the last 3 matches. They were not in form. They should have lost the match in Delhi by a lot. I look at rugby league. It's not cricket, but the guy, Wayne Bennett, who's been coaching for 37 years, has won tournaments with 3, if not 4 teams. He says, the only game I want to win, make sure I win is the last one.
Yep, indeed.
So, get there first, but then win that last one. I don't care if I've won 22 during the season. I need to win that last one. Otherwise, it means nothing. And that's total. And that's where some players play their best in a match 6 weeks out from the end. And that's too late. All right, you've waited as long as the toss now. Well, the toss should be announced.
Yep, indeed.
The toss is waiting. It's due.
It's due. Yes. So let's hope what happens at the toss. Delhi wins and bowls.
It is so funny because KKR is the team I've backed for years, right? Yeah. But I've also wanted Delhi Capitals to win this year because I think they deserve it. They're both playing today.
Indeed. They are.
KKR have won the toss and have chosen to bowl.
Oh, advantage KKR then. Full advantage.
Huge
KKR.
advantage. This is going to make it extremely difficult for Delhi. Extremely difficult.
Yep. So Delhi's bad luck continues unless they do something out of the extraordinary. I hope that happens.
I'm afraid I'll say it right now. KKR have got the same side. They're not changing anything, so they're leaving. There's no Andre Russell.
Oh, so no. Okay, we've kept the same side. Nice.
They're going to win.
So they are probably betting on Russell being fit for the final, and then get him in, because it will be played in Dubai, the final. So against Chennai Super Kings. So that's why Russell might be that impact player that they need at that time. Or if Russell is not genuinely fit, then perhaps that's the reason. And Sharjah is a very sluggish with 3 spinners.
Yeah. That's your front doorbell.
Yep, it is.
All right. Well, so your selection is now still Delhi?
No. KKR. CSK versus KKR final.
It does look like it, doesn't it?
Yep, it is. And of course, that doesn't change my prediction that CSK will win. Okay, Norman, I've got to go, Norman.
That's great. I appreciate it, Sid, big time. So
I hope to see you in the final.
You will, definitely.
Yep.
2 days' time.
Indeed. Yes.
Thanks,
Bye, Norman.
thanks,
See
Sid.
you. Bye.
Thanks, Sid.
Bye.
Take care.
Take care.
Great to have Sid on the show. Magnificent man he is.
Yep. Thank you so much, Norman. Bye.
All the best, huh? KKR. Oh, my God. Delhi must be going. Their shoulders Delhi Capital's shoulders have just sunken because they have lost the toss and they have to bat first. And they'll bat well, pretty sure, and Shikadam will start well. They'll get a reasonable total, but KKR can just cruise and basically, I hate to say it, they can actually make this a very easy game for themselves. Unbelievable. KKR have scraped into the top 4, and now they're heading towards a potential victory, and that's quite incredible. It's just incredible. We can start to look at the size there too now. Both so Stoinis is in and Curran is out. That's only helped Delhi because that's one good positive that Delhi have actually got Stoinis back. As I predicted, he did say he was fit in the Australian media conference. You should watch my media conferences that I'm putting out for both the England and Australian camps. They give me a lot of insights into what's going on. So effectively, Delhi Capital's team is pretty sure they'll be batting first, of course, with Kolkata Knight Riders electing to bowl after winning the toss. So Delhi Capital's only changes Marcus Stoinis in for Tom Curran. Thank God. So Curran was awful last match. Pretty sure Darwan, Shreyas Iyer, Rishabh Pant, Hetmeyer, Stoinis, Axar Patel Ashwin, Rabada Norjay, and Avish Khan. Great side. Very, very, very good side. Then you have KKR, Gill and Venkatesh Iyer. Been fantastic in their opening spots. Tripathi, Raina, both batting well. Kartik, Morgan, Shakib Al Hussain, so of course no Andre Russell. Sunil Narayan, man of the match last match. Lockie Ferguson in good form. Chakravarti and Shivam Marvi. So those two teams have basically kept their sides. Delhi is definitely strengthened by the inclusion of Stoinis, who is, of course, also playing the World Cup. And if we see the best of Stoinis, then you'll see a very good match here. But they're gonna have to do a lot because, of course, batting first is not what Delhi lost their previous match batting first. Of course, RCB lost the match batting first after winning the toss and deciding to bat. Oh my God, that made me just feel awful. I don't know what was going on in the mind of good old Kohli, because he did that previously, again batted first and lost. So why would you repeat that when everyone else is bowling first and winning, batting second? Even if it's close, your chances of winning, you can control the match by batting last. That is the key to it. You can actually bowl first, know what your total is, and then bat. Anish Takua, hey, Norman, how do you rate Kohli as captain? Well, he hasn't been as successful in the shorter format with RCB and in World Cups, especially T20 and ODIs, but he has been extremely successful as a test captain with some, 58, 59%, which is the most of any other captain in test cricket, especially for India. So his test cricket captaincy is on point. The shorter film, for some reason, doesn't quite seem to work. So that's my summation of that. And I wonder what your thoughts are on that. That's my thoughts. CSK have already started planning how to tackle mystery spinners after the outcome of this toss. Yeah, they have. CSK know they're going to be playing Kolkata Knight Riders. It's going to be almost impossible to imagine that. Well, I mean, Delhi have to bat out of their skin, have to get an extremely large total to put the pressure on Kolkata. But Kolkata have a very good opening partnership who know how to handle us, and that's the issue that we're up against here. It's become a real bit of a nightmare, I'm afraid. It's not what I would have liked to have seen. Delhi just can't afford to keep. They keep making some mistakes here. They really do. So I mean, it really is. It is a matter of. It is a matter of. Really, Delhi Capitals need to just bat long and hard. They can't just rely on the openers. Is Kohli the right man to lead India into the World Cup of 2023? You're talking about the ODI World Cup. Then I think there'll be a change before then. I think Virat Kohli will relinquish those captaincy duties. He won't stop playing. I think you'll see him only being a test captain. And that's not taking anything away from the man. He's been fantastic. Yeah, don't forget his test career has been really, really good. Finally, an ideal team for DC. Let the team meeting plans flourish. So it is an ideal for Delhi Capitals. Stoinis on the side. Tom Curran was a complete waste of time. In fact, my argument is Stoinis was available for this game. He should have been available for the previous game, but it's okay. Can't do anything about that now. We've got a long way to go before we can really judge that. So there's no doubt about it. We'll go through it. Let's be a bit more decisive. So Aaron Holland will be happy if KKR goes to the final. Aaron Singh, right? Because Ben Cutting hasn't played a match, by the way, in the entire IPL. And does he really play anymore? I don't know about that. He won't come on my show of late. He's been too busy. So, all right. Delhi Capitals. We'll go through the teams a bit more in detail now. The batting lineup. Prithvi Shaw and Shikhar Dhawan. They're extremely important. Shreyas Iyer has been very underwhelming. Rishabh Pant's day of reckoning today. Hetmeyer, fantastic. Marcus Stoinis, great. Then the bowlers, Patel, Ashwin, Rabada, Norje, and Avish Khan. They've got the side to win this. They really do, but they're batting first. If they're batting second, they'd be in a better position. Kolkata Knight Riders coming in second. One of their key players is Sunil Narayan. The way he played against RCB only last couple of nights ago was overwhelmingly significant. Their bowling side heavily reliant on Shakib, Narayan, Chakravarti, the spin bowling department. Of course, Lockie Ferguson and Marvy, they're there as well. Lockie Ferguson's been very, very good. Their batting, well, Shubman Gill and Venkatesh Iyer have been fantastic. Shrathi Rain have also been pretty good. Dinesh Karthik, on Morgan, So they've got a little bit of an issue there with the middle order. They are batting second, so Owen Morgan and Dinesh Karthik, with their experience, can take their time. So will DC be able to tackle Narayan tonight? Yes, how? They've got to be aggressive to him. They've got to allow him to get like any bowler. You don't let them dictate to you. And that's what the key to this particular match is, to not allow the bowlers of Kolkata to dictate to Delhi. Delhi have got the ability, especially I'm pretty sure on Darwin, have to try to imagine themselves being none for 180 after the 10 overs. Then it's a big ask, I know, but it's still very, very plausible that those two, pretty sure the other night, was on his way to 100 and should have got it after he batted exceptionally well early on and really, really showed that he could do it. And that's my thoughts on that issue. The openers are Prithvi Shaw and Dhawan are extremely important. Shreyas Iyer has been not up to it, nor is Punt for that matter. they have a lot to express in their performances to get this at a high level. So do note I've got videos with Chris Jordan talking at length from Oman about what's going on here. A lot to say. I've also got videos with Josh English, who probably should be the keeper and head of Matthew Wade. He's a great little player. Middle overs are the span where the team struggled here in SHARJAH. Yes, it's true. Yeah, I've got videos of Josh English from Australia, Chris Jordan from England, then Ash Nagar, who talked quite highly of a few things. And there's me mucking around, which is funny, I hope. And you got Chris Wokes, Mitch Marsh, and even Silverwood there, all having had their say. Good videos. You should watch them, guys. Been very quiet on the video front of late, and I'd like you to all try very hard to watch a bit more. And of course, with this match, Prithvi Shaw and Shikhar Dhawan against Shubman Gill and Venkatesh Iyer, 4 leading batters in world cricket, in particular in India. DC better hit 190 plus to seal this match. Manjan, I think you're right. They need to really take it by the scruff of the neck early and really give it to. They need to have a really scary total. Women's BBL starts tomorrow. Norman, do you follow it, and which team is your favourite? Anish Thakur, of course I follow it, because a lot of the players that I deal with on a regular basis are in it. This year, Shadmin Ismail with injured knee is back at home in South Africa. Sydney Sixers have both got Marizan Kapp and Dane van Niekerk. Normally, common stays in their playing 11 have gone west with Dane van Niekerk and Adelaide probably going to captain, and Perth, Marizan Kapp's there with an in and out of form type of player like Atapatu. Sydney Thunder look good. They've got a lot of Indian players this time. Rachel Haynes may not be able to play because of her partner's giving birth, so that might, and because of the border issues. So we might see a different team than the Thunder, which won last year. So I know a lot about women's cricket. Too much. Anish Thakur, I managed about 20 girls throughout the world over a number of years, and we've got 2 living in Melbourne. That is the likes of Nipuni Hansika and little Rebecca Van Dorp, keeper and vice captain of Sri Lanka. Bangladesh, we have the likes of Rahman Ahmed was here, Shapali Rakoti was here. We've got Janachal Shimona, who's here now, Nilakshi Desilva, both Sri Lanka. So those are some of the players Anish Thakur that I actually have been involved with quite heavily. The Malaysian captain of Winifred Durasayan, Pakistani Dar, a whole host more of Pakistani Sri Lankan players, Indian players too. So there's quite a few countries I'm involved. UAE, I've said Malaysia. So is that enough, Anish? There you go. Had a lot to do with the Sydney Cricket Club here, which had Alyssa Healy, Elise Perry, Rachel Haynes, and so on. Bankstown more recently as well. Okay, so we're waiting for this game to start. We've got some. Anish, so yes, I follow it more than enough actually. And Elise Perry obviously dominating with having played. We all would love to see your journey as a cricket lover from beginning to please make one video about it. I have, Anish Thakur. If you go through my collection of videos, which I've got now 771 of them, if you go through them, you'll find videos that I've spoken about this at length, Anish Thakur. So I'll be doing a lot more, but that's already been done on a few occasions. So go through my pile of videos, 771 in fact. I think I've got, how many have I got exactly? I've got, I think I've done, this is now, the last one I put together, put me in a position where I've got 773 videos, Anish, 494 recorded, and this is the 279th live. So total 773. That's basically since the beginning of the year. So I'm trying to do about 1,000 this year. We'll see if I can reach it. But there's plenty of, and if you look through, you'll see videos where I've spoken with many of the women's cricketers on my show. So there you go. All right, so we are looking at 15 minutes before play starts. Avrish Khan is staying back with the Indian squad to be a net bowler. Should be in the squad. In fact, he's bowled very, very well. Nurjain Rabada will be very important too. Ashwin, Aksa Patel, good bowling side, and with Marcus Johnson, so they've actually got 6 bowlers there for Delhi Capitals, and they're going to have to make that happen in the first innings, aren't they? Sorry, the second innings. They can get it. They can get Shubman, KKR wins. I agree. Krishna Mohan, I think KKR winning the toss and bowling first, which Delhi Capitals should have done the last game in this game. They will be up against it. I'm afraid it's very sad. It's yeah, but if Delhi are to win this match, pretty sure Darwan and Iyer and Punt need to score 180, 190 plus. I don't see Anish Thakur. I'm not seeing Ashwin starting with the Indian World Cup side. No, he won't start. I doubt it very much. Shardul Thakur looks like he will be. He's been rushed back in there, so he'll be in the squad. With Aksa Patel out, yeah, that's interesting. So, match analytical thought: KKR way upon. I think so. Who's stronger on the paper? To you, I would have said Delhi Capitals is slightly better on paper than KKR, no doubt, no doubt. Pretty sure Darwan, Shreyas and Richard Punt, Hetmeyer, Stones, what a great batting lineup, and they're bowling. Patel, Ashwin, Rabada, Nurjain, Ashfish Khan. That's a much balanced and better Delhi Capital side than it is KKR. Should be winning the comp. Should have beaten CSK last match. Should have been already in the final, but they stuffed it. KKR got some very strong points. Shuman Gill, Venkatesh Iyer, certainly. Tripathi and Narayana, not bad. Dinesh Karthik, Morgan have been a bit weak, and where they have a definite disadvantage. Shakib Hussain's been good. Sunan Ryan was absolutely fantastic. Lockie Ferguson was very good. Chakravarti's done pretty well. Marvy's done okay. So Delhi Capitals are slightly better on paper. I think Chakravarti will be one. I think Chahar. I think could be Chakravarti actually. All right, so on paper for this match, Delhi Capitals have got a better side than KKR, but they've lost the toss, and KKR are bowling first and batting second, which will be a distinct leveler. T20 is what again? Coke for someone and wine for others. Yes. But teams like West Indies, Pakistan, obviously India and England are the ones to be wary of. New Zealand, possibly. South Africa, Australia, Bangladesh, you don't know. Sri Lanka, maybe not. So, and then the other qualifiers won't get much further. So that's what I'm seeing. So we're some 11 minutes away from play, guys. I hope DC get through. I do. They deserve the opportunity. They played well enough. They're one of the 2 top sides. They deserve to get through. KKR will get through. It's a bit of a dream ending for their season after being barely in the 4. Mumbai could easily have been in there in front of them. KKR come in with a bit of a wet sail, and if they go through and play in the final, it's a huge consideration, really. Huge consideration. There certainly is some issues here, and that's so look here. There certainly is some issues. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to say that Delhi Capitals is better on paper. Kolkata Knight Riders have got a distinct advantage now because they're bowling first. Australia's chances are miserable. Other than the likes of Glenn Maxwell and maybe some of the bowlers, they're in a terrible form. Their batters are atrocious. I mean, Mitchell Marsh has been okay against poor opposition. Steve Smith's played virtually nothing. Warner's played virtually nothing and played badly at boot. Aaron Finch has come back from an injury. Matthew Wade is a shocking keeper and shocking player, should not be in the side. Josh English should be. Really, I would have put Moslem Reeks in there. But so they're really lacking the Australian batting side. And they haven't played as a team. Apparently, Abhishek Sharma, apparently they can be made up until the 15th, I'm hearing now, which I thought was the 10th, that was 15th, so a bit of confusion. If yes, what would you recommend for India? Well, I mean, Gaikwad and Venkatesh Iyer should be considered. Shreyas Iyer, my God, I'd have him not in the squad. Ashwin is doubtful. And Axel Dodge would have been taken out and Shadul Thakur put in. Yeah, I think they ought to consider. I mean, even Chahal, that played for RCB, should be reconsidered, but he won't be. My all-time favourite cricketers list. I mean, Donald Bradman, Garfield Sobers, Viv Richards. Who would you say is the smartest side? KKR would probably be slightly smarter side. Stormers may have mentally groomed by coaches to play dark horse role in the last show. Yeah, he might be there too. He's okay. Him and Maxwell, they've both been in reasonable form, but Storms has come back for an injury just now. We'll have to wait and see how he might re-injure himself today for all we know. Yeah, so the Delhi Capitals top order: Shaw, Darwan, Iyer, and Punt need to really fire. Hetmeyer's come home strong with Stormers and score 180 to 190. Because anything less than that, I'm afraid they're going to be beaten. That's my initial thoughts. I think Kolkata will be ready for this. And if they do get a lesser score, then Delhi have to come up or start very hard with Rabada and Noorjah and the like, Arish Khan, and really take 2 or 3 early wickets in the KKR lineup, and then they might have a good chance. If they don't, they're going to be sitting there wondering what happened to them. It could be a double punch. Delhi would make Delhi finish on top of the comp. Delhi number 1, and they could be out and be no more than 3rd or 4th, or 3rd, losing both to number 2 side CSK and then the number 4 side. So really, they're being bundled out with 2 punches. It's terrible. They should have been in the final. So they're hopefully they're hungry enough and understand that and get a really big total, because they're going to need it. Definitely going to need it. So we're a few minutes away from short identified DC will be in pressure. I think will be fit, absolutely. DC's batting has been a hit or miss. They rely heavily on their bowling. Well, their batting, Shikhar Dhawan, I'm pretty sure, both tremendous, to be honest with you. Guys, if you're online and you haven't subscribed or viewed, liked and shared my videos, including the previous some, please do so. Hit the subscribe button, make it subscribed, and then obviously the notification button, and share it to people. Start pursuing them to make that happen. I really need that support and would appreciate it. DC's batting has been a hit promise. With the IPL extending it to 10 teams from next season, which is 94 matches, which is enormous, do you see the quality being the concerns with more domestic play? So, yes, I do, but it's also just too long a competition. 94 matches is virtually 3 months. It's too long. It felt like 6 months this year. This is effectively the 59th match. We're going to play 94 next year, so we would be only not even 2/3 of the way through. Think about it. Malik should not drop his speed. I hope not too. Anniversary warm-up match 20th of October. Bhawansh Pandya. I didn't hear that, but there is. It can be assured anyway. Put their best side on the field. Anniversary match early on 18th. Okay, well, what day is it? I don't know offhand. I need to find that out, guys. 5 minutes before this match starts, this is a huge match. The loser is out. And to think that Delhi Capitals could be out of this without making the final is a bit of a concern, if you ask me. All right. So let's have a look at the stories here. We've got some 5 minutes to go. The players should be out in the field, I would imagine. Let's have a look. Still the most exciting match will be India versus Sri Lanka on the 24th or 25th. That'll be huge. It's a spectacle to see these 2 great countries who should be playing each other more regularly, providing us with such a Delhi versus Kolkata. They're looking at the batting lineup with Gill, Tripathi, with Iyer, Rayner, See, Morgan and Kartik, despite their experienced heads, they certainly act an experience in the field. Do you watch it on PCL or TV? I'm watching it on a tablet at the moment. King Khan, personal problems off for cricket, should give him some peace. Yeah. 18th October, India versus England. 20th October, India versus Australia. Source Star Sports, it's official. Okay. But they're more matches. They can't be taken seriously. They won't be busting and gutting those matches. We take this practice and practice alone. So 4 minutes to go, guys. It's a nice evening there. Prithvi Shaw's already warming. Prithvi Shaw's been fantastic. He's been in great form. But he can't do it on his own. Of course, Venkatesh Iyer is another that has also looked good, no doubt. It would have been much better for Delhi if they would have won the toss and bowled first. But they lost the toss. So India, England practice match cancelled. Okay. Players, DC should retain. Also, is Iyer better, captain and punt? You'd wonder about that at the moment. Iyer's not playing well either, to be honest with you. He's having a bit of a shocker himself. He needs to get his own form together, which he hasn't done yet. So I'm not convinced about his form at all at this point. Dinesh Karthik's having a good long chat. Bit of a motivator for sure. All the motivational stuff going on, which is the umpires are making their way out to the middle now with 3 minutes to spare. The red carpets are out for the two teams. The trophy's there, sitting there waiting to be gobbled up by someone. Well, one of these two teams are out. Realistically, Delhi Capitals should be the favourites here. I think DC should also retain Shikhar. I think he's a magnificent player. Aaron Morgan's smiling from ear to ear. He knows that he's won the toss and he's electing the bowl and he's in the box seat. World Cup pitches, how would they play? Big question. Yeah, they're going to be used. They're going to be tied. There may be a couple of new ones in amongst them, but in general, they're going to be tied wickets, which will suit slow, low bowling and spin. So that's the key to that. And some good fast bowling will certainly help. There's no fear of that either. So Shikhar Dhawan and Prithvi Shaw, two players that really, SHARJAH, slow pitch, of course it's been slow. It's only the boundaries are short. All of the UAE pitches have been slow. No one's really come on the bat that well. There have been some newish pitches, but by the time the World Cup comes around, well, there won't be matter. SHARJAH won't figure that much into it, really. It's going to be all about Dubai and as in SHARJAH and SHARJAH, yeah, Abu Dhabi, I should say, and Dubai. Pretty sure does Ashton have it in him to pull off and right? No. He doesn't teach the test format, yes. Pakistan revenge to New Zealand, interest in building, I guess, in Pakistan. Yeah. Does Ashton have it in? Okay. Previous year's SHARJAH pitch was good, but this year it's slow. I think they're just too much wear and tear. Too much wear and tear, guys. Simple as that. Shikhar Dhawan's played 192 IPL matches, 5,748 runs, 46 50s, incredible form, incredible history. So we're about to start the match, guys. Owen Morgan's team are in the field. KKR, of course, won the toss and have elected to bowl. They haven't elected to field. You don't elect to field chase. You bat or you bowl. You don't field. What, the whole team's going to field, no one's going to bowl? Or what, they want to go play sandcastles? I don't think so. You bat or you bowl. What comes with bowling is fielding. Straight into the slow stuff here with KKR bowling. Slow rubbish at the last stump. Let's look at Shakur. His 70th match, 63 wickets. at Conroe 7.39, which is okay. Well, they've got a single to the second ball there. Pretty sure certainly looks aggressive, which is great to see. 24th October, India is playing the biggest rivalry ever in cricket in the world. I think so. Especially now. Good effort to fill that ball. That was flying. So crucial is it these two batters. Shaka Bell's saying will be very much an invaluable part of the Bangladesh group, I can say. Owning the bowling for KKR here. So qualifier 2, which is effectively the semi-final. Well, it was it's a bit defensive to start the ball on. They're taking a little bit easy. They bat through the whole 20 overs and get 180, well, then they can block a few in the beginning. I'm happy with that. Oh boy, only one run off the first over. That's a brilliant start. Shakabal was saying a very, very good start. One run off the first over. Who's batting at number 3? Stoinis is going at, looks like he could be at number 3. Tell you what, if he goes into 3, it could be some fireworks. Will he be doing a watch along for the finals? Absolutely, buckle down. Absolutely. Let everybody know I'm going to do a watch along. I want people to watch along and they can hear my comments. Lockie Ferguson's coming on this, who bowled well in the previous matches. Shaka Bell is saying 1 run off the first over. It's a magnificent start, really. A 20 over match, 1 over 1 run. That's what you need, especially in a power play, which it is. I'm pretty sure batting to a faster bowler like Lockie Ferguson could be some fireworks here. And there we are, a magnificent drive to start the innings off. There we are. Pretty sure loves pace bowling. That was a magnificent shot. Pretty sure is a huge key to this. Pretty sure gets 70 to 80, 90 runs and Darwin sticks with him and Stones comes in. We could see 180. Magnificent. Beautiful drive. Magnificent. It was in the slot though. Oh, the ball's gone inside the bat there. I don't know what happened there. That ball certainly did come in. It did come in. And he played actually inside it, which is remarkable. I'm also excited for India versus New Zealand match because since 2003, India had never defeated New Zealand in an Iceland bench of 19 and 21 would test segments. Yeah. Yep. But I don't think they're going to be. They're not playing. They're not playing in it. I think it's India and West Indies on one side. No, it can't because Pakistan's playing. So no, I think it's England and West Indies on one side, India, Pakistan, and New Zealand on the other. That's right. They're playing. You'd have to think that India will, will beat them in this format. Okay, guys, I'm just going to give a drink. You'll hear me talking, guys, but we're Lockie Ferguson still bowling. I'm here, guys. No, I'm still here. Just got to get myself a cloth. Still still here, guys. I'm just getting a drink. All right, so bear with me. Just giving myself a bit of apple juice. Otherwise, I can't talk. Oh. Delhi will be squeezed. I'll get a below average score, and KKR will cruise and control the match. They're none for 6 after what is barely 2 overs. Delhi started really well with Sean last match, and they've got to try to finish well. These two can stay there and Stearns coming in the 3. Interesting. Lockie Ferguson's bowling very well. Will be a massive asset for the World Cup, actually. Must say. Chris Jordan, it was interviewed. Maybe 6. Dinesh Karthik's very experienced as well. Commentating in England for the India-England series. Shakib Al-Hussain. Oh my God. Pretty sure sitting clearly out of the park. Oh, it's massive. It's gone well over the fence. Norman, sir, you are lucky you have met Sachin Tendulkar and many more cricketers. Yes, I am. I am very often. That was the 659th 6. Prithvi Subbaha that's what he's taken. He's taking it clearly out of the ground, and he needs to do more of that. He needs to now tear it apart. Shaw is just beautifully cut the ball. Quality player, Shaw, when he's in form. Oh boy. 16 off 7. It was beautifully played. He's pulled straight to the fielder, and he's not happy with himself. It's a slightly better over, and they're picking up the run rate slightly. It was Shikhar Dhawan's first run after 8 deliveries. Not a good start by Shikhar Dhawan, but he can still pick up. We know that. So the importance of punt in the batting line is immense, and also Owen Morgan's captaincy. General play is pretty ordinary at the moment, but yeah. $48, 82, that's 90, 30. Here we have Sunil Narayan, who was a champion last match. He's played 133 matches and taken 141 wickets, 6.75. Fantastic bowling strike rate, to be honest. Narayan's replacing Lockie Ferguson. He looked pretty good, actually. Narayan hides the ball. And Darwin's horribly out of touch. He's only hit 1 run off 9 deliveries. That ball was basically straight through. And Narayan is a very clever bowler. Very, very clever bowler. Well, that's what I deserve, a full toss, and he's gone for the full. He got the whole of that one. Anyone special in the pre-post cast for the finals? Let's hope there will be. I've got a few people lined up. Don't worry, we'll see how we go. And Darwin's got himself some luck taking a full toss and belting it. Beautifully timed. Oh. Gabba in the house. These two are the key. Absolute key, these two. He's done it again. Beautiful. That's what you need to do, is you need to take a hold of Narayan as quickly as you possibly can. Darwin's just atomic. 2 sixes. They're on 30 after. They start smoothly and slowly. They build. These two are the key. If they can both stay there, they'll get 200. I was very wide out, so I was thinking it's going to go for at least 1. Michigan Darwin started with 1 for 8. Now he's 14 off 12. So there you go. He certainly has made up for it, hasn't he? Narayan to Shaw. Certainly, Leg Stump was a fairly ordinary delivery, and he's luckily only got over the single there. That was a 14-run opening over from Narayan. He certainly has gone for a few, hasn't he? Not like the previous. Yeah, you would think that he can't do it 2 games in a row. We'll see. I hope Delhi got to really, really take to him now that they've got a hold of him early. None for 32 or 4. 16, 20. On a trajectory of 160 at this point. They've lifted to 180, 190 to make this a real fist to this performance. Let's see how we go. It does look like Stormus has gone in batting early. Will be number 3. They get to the 10, 12, 14 overstays. Stormus will be going straight away and go whack, whack, whack. So Varun Chakravarti is on now. He's played 30 matches for 34 wickets. Pretty sure it's going to tear him apart. Absolutely tear him apart. Oh my God, he's been giving out LBW. It did a pad before it bat. Jesus. Is he going to go for it? He's got 4 seconds. They got 3 seconds. He's not stopping. So that's hit the pad before it hit the bat. Oh gosh. But did it hit the pad first? I mean, Shaw looks pretty certain. LBW Varun Kakavali for 18. That's a real blow. Real blow for Delhi. Oh my God. And Marcus Stoinis is out there early. We're very determined to do well. And he's basically got to take up where Shaw left off and bat in a similar manner. Marcus Stoinis, injured himself and he's been out of action for a while. He certainly has got the ability to hit runs, but it is a bit of a gamble. So Marcus Stoinis has come back into the team, got rid of Tom Curran, who shouldn't have been in the team in the first place, and is now batting at number 3. Well, it was hitting. Keeping very low, keeping very, very low and coming in. And his back of the fingers, almost like a top spinner, actually. KKR making inroads, seems like a batting club's about to unfold. Abhishek Sharma, I hope not. Very disappointing. Agent as 1993. Hello, how are you? Good evening. I hope you've subscribed. Hope you're a subscriber. Sobal 520 has also joined, so that's great. Marcus has played 56 matches actually, and he's got 897 450s. Not a great performance, really. Oh, Prithvi Shaw's dismissal was very, very disappointing. Prithvi Shaw looked great and could have easily been a 70 or 80 run scorer here today, but he's out, so we'll see. Chica Darwin's being a little bit defensive for the. They've got to really have a wriggle on now. They've got to start to play the shots. Is it a fielder or was that just a. And that was Stoinis before the match with the trainer. Well, he's got to get ready for also not just for the IPL, but he's also going to get ready for the World Cup, which is a matter of days away too. Very finicky, his muscles. It seemed to be just a bit too highly strung, if I'm being honest. Lockie Ferguson's back in the attack. They had a great little spurt there, but they've died off a little bit now. Only 7 and over, 140 expected to score. He'll do better than that. Ollie Russell's also warming up. Well, he's not playing today, but if they make the final, he probably will. Owen Morgan's obviously very good. Owen Morgan's a very, very good captain. His batting has been shocking for some time, but he'll be very important to the England camp, and they can't go away too. And he hasn't been with them, of course. Very disappointing. Suman Ryan was hit for 2 6s and looked like he was about to be torn apart, but Chakravarti comes on, takes a wicket. So the spin bowling, the slow bowling is extremely important. And the best at it probably is England, India, West Indies, New Zealand, or Pakistan. Ooh. How fast was that? Lockie Ferguson bowling very, very well. Oh, very close to the bat. Please show the live scores on your screen. Okay, well, if you want me to do that, I'll certainly do that. Who holds the key for DC now? Well, you still think Punt's there. I will put some live scores here on. Who's that? Hello? Yes?
Hi, I was in an interview with you a couple of days ago. I'm just hoping to sit down to do a tip.
I am. I'm actually live on a live program. Can I call you back in a short while? I got your resume. Okay.
Okay, no worries.
Bye. Sorry about that. So it's 1:23. The person's rung me at 1:23 in the morning. It's strange. Look. It is interesting though. I'm just going to get this. Hang on. I have to get this. Bear with me a second, guys. Who is it, was? Who was it just then? Okay, let's just get back to this guy. Sorry about that. I'll get back to it now. Okay, so I'll put the score. It's not the score, of course. IPL qualifier. I will try to do it for us, guys. Hang on. Qualifier. Here it is. There's a qualifier. Just running up the score. Qualify 2 with Delhi. Punt. So Delhi are in fact 1 for 41. Uh, 45 as a matter of fact, aren't they? Okay, so as you can see, punts Delhi versus Morgan's KKR. Delhi batting are 1 for 45. There's what you wanted. Like you've got it now. Okay. Yes, I have seen the World Cup jersey, and I've actually posted it too. Getting thrashed today, he did, but then Shaw's already out. Aparna is her phone stuffed. Hi, Tanisha Rita. How are you? Quick Legends, power play holds the key for a side. Decent total on exactly what they do. Do you ever go on a social blade platform? No, I don't. So 1 for 48 is the current score. They're both doing okay, but they're going to start to pick this up now, aren't they? So 1 for 49 off 7 is not. Is not right. So as you can see there, and 49 7 is 7 7s to 49, aren't they? 7 over is 140. It's not going to be enough. Punts Delhi versus Morgan's KKR. Delhi batting 1 for 49 off 7 overs, and there's your score for you. All right. What's the good skill on this pitch? Really, 160 plus 170. 170 is probably going to be a must get. We're not sure whether it's going to happen. Just wait.
Hi, the person you have.
So 170, Shiva Marvi's coming on. 25 games, 23 weeks. They're coming out of 8.39. If there's anyone they're going to have to go for, if Prithvi Shaw was in now, we could be assured of that. But yeah, it's a bit uncertain, isn't it? Who will play this kind of follow? You have to say this moment KKR, I'm afraid. 1 for 50 is the score. They're going to be barely around 150 if they don't pick it up. And if that's the case, they need to get 170 and over. 170 is not safe, but it'll be important to get that much. Still seems pretty determined. 170 is safe. Quick Legends rank as well. Will punt go in next is the question. Yeah, okay, Stornis is blocking a few, but he's a bit cool about it. He does still fancy himself to go nuts when he can. That's what he's got to do. They really can't afford to stuff around now. They've got to start to really go for it. KKR play well above their weight, haven't they? There's no doubt about that. I reckon Cocker will win this one easily. No intent shown by DC, but yeah, I have to think the same. Quick Legends has been a bit too steady for my liking. Pretty sure certainly was going for it. Yeah, these two can both go for it. We know that, but they're going to have to hurry up. Okay. I reckon okay. I was down the leg side. Is that a wide? Not. Yes, they're calling it. It was wide. It was one of these need to amp up the scoring. I totally agree. Abhishek Sharma and Quick Legends, you're both right. Look, these two can be a bit defensive for a while. They're going to hit the button and go, and they can do it. With punts still, they've got the chance. They've got to go for as much as they possibly can. It's a fairly steady over here. Only 2 runs off it so far. If after 10 overs they've only lost 1 wicket, they've got to really wrap it up. Come on, guys. 4 dot balls in the trot. What the heck? Exactly. What the heck? I agree. Lessons is very frustrating. No real effort they're playing very defensively. The big shot's going to come. There was a good shot there, but straight to a fielder. So it's a single, but no more. It's 152 after 8. We're not racing ahead there by any means, are we? It's only 3 off that over. Not good enough. Not good enough. So 1 for 52 after 8. 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 6 and a half. Ads. It's not good enough. Delhi Capitals look terribly underdone here, I'm afraid to say. While you're there, you've got a video on Chris Jordan, one of my own, Josh Inglis. Have a look at them, guys. Have a quick look while we're waiting for the next overs to start. So 49.81. 49.81. That's 64. Okay. Really need to have a look what's going on here. Dylan need a strong finish. Do you think sending Marcus at number 3 was the right decision? Yes, I do, Quick Legends, because if he can clobber. Trace Eye is not in very good form. Punt needs to wait a little bit. So yeah, I think, but his job should have been to go from ball 1, not be defensive. He's got to now by this stage, this over, launch. Get 30, 40, 50 very quickly. This is it now. With 8 overs gone, they've got 12 overs left. These next 2 to 4 overs from Steiner's got to score 40, 50 runs. If he's worth the intention of going in first drop. What do you think Ponting might be saying in the dugout? To go for it. Punter would be a happy coach. Wouldn't be a happy coach. No, he wouldn't be at all. They've been a bit frustrated. They would have been happy when they lost toss, to be honest with you. That would have been the initial component of it. Be wise, sanitise. Be wise, hit the runs, hit balls. Steinis' job now is to go for it in the next 2 to 4 overs. He needs to do 40, 50 runs more if he wants to prove to change this match. He's got a single. Shigedawa's got to explode here. He's already hit Narayan for 2 sixes in that over the previous, so he needs to now push that ahead. Now he needs to Shigedawa's time now. Oh, geez, what happened there? Miss hit. He's got this languishing ball. How have you ever been to New Zealand? Quick legend, let's let you know, I've been to New Zealand probably about a dozen to 20 times. I've been to 103 countries. 103 countries. New Zealand certainly the one that I've gone very frequently to. I can even tell you exactly because I've got a spreadsheet which says everything. Been to New Zealand, been to Christchurch, to Wellington, to Auckland, a whole host of places. Milford Sound, which is down towards the south. Queenstown, Rotorua. Okay. All right, so people are coming and not staying. And Ryan is just poaching around a bit here. So 1 for 55 off 9 is not great. 1 for 55 off 9 is, oops. So Quick Legend says, as a DC supporter, it's really frustrating to see these two just chewing up deliveries. I'm starting to think the match was as much as booked as in what Regan do, man. You'd hope not. Really, they've got 11 overs now. These two have to go. Well, plenty of batsmen to go. There's not like they're lacking batsmen. They've got to take the chances now. Now's the time to take chances. $49, $81, $73. A lot of fairly conservative looking drives that will be out of the ground ballpark sixes, really. So they're not going to get more than 143 the way they're going. It's just well underdone. So he may have got himself a full, has he? No, it's the boundaries stops. Sugar Darwin is looking good, but he's got to really, really flourish now. It's well played. Sugar Darwin's starting to pick it up. Still well under their run rate they need. They're only really just over 6 point something per over at the moment. It's just not good enough. The pitch isn't that bad. KKR's bowling are hitting the right lengths. Yes, they are, but there's not enough maneuvering in the crease, like using the width, the length of the ball, playing back or forward enough. Oops, it was a rather scoopy shot. Something got him a single. And so he was really trying to hit it to the ground. That was a pretty poor shot. So they're averaging just on 6.4 and over. That's just not going to be enough. So Chakravarti takes 58% of his deliveries off Googlies. I predicted him. Last ball of his over. It was a single taken at 65. DC batters are making them pitch seem slow. Yeah, I would agree. Darwin is at fault. Well, they both are in a way. It's 1 for 65 off 10. They just scored 10 off that over, but that's not enough. 65 off 10. All that's done is basically just 6.5 and over is just not good enough, considering everything else 1 wicket. $65 off 10 overs, it's just not good enough. So if we hit 8 per over, it's 145, and 10 per over, 165. So 10 per over is the minimum they've got to be looking for. Yeah, quick lessons, right? Stop with the defense or get out. Exactly. This is where the numbers are going up. All right. Was it 2 6s wide, Dale? Kyle, the complex will be bold. All right, it's just stopped with the defense. I'm telling you. Hitting some cheeky 1s and 2s is not going to be enough. Oh boy. Check it, that was on 30. Still on 17. Oh, so. Oh, is he out? No. Very stifled shot. He should have no aggression, no intention in that shot. He's out of the crease there. Oh, he just got back in. He just got back in. Just got back in. Just got me painfully slow. Like he doesn't even care. A little bit. I'm not impressed. Should be not out. Yeah. Not out. Okay, that's 4 balls with a score 3 runs. It's not enough. All right, what a bowler. Should be playing for the West Indies squad. So there's 70 after 11. It's just they're crawling to the totals. They're not doing the best. It is really disappointing. Playing like he doesn't even care. It's a bit like that. 1 for 70 off 11 overs. It's just simply not good enough. 9 overs left, which is what, some 54 deliveries. It should be. They've got 9 batters in the shed. They need to go for it. I'd consider Hetmeyer. Marvy's been, again, if he improvises his line and length, you should be able to hit him. Marvy's one I would be going for. It's got only an edge. So 150 plus would be safe, but we need someone to accelerate right now. Maybe DC batters have too much faith in their bowlers, hence no urgency. No, that's not true. They're hoping that these two will towards and absolutely go for it. It's time. It's time. Absolutely time to be going for it. What in the world are they even waiting for? I don't know. I don't know. And there it is. Stones took himself ridiculous amounts of room and just got bowled neck and crop. Awful. Awful. If he had gone with normal batting stance, he would have lobbed it over mid-wicket. No, he gave himself too much room and nicked it to be hit. It was awful. That's the best Australia's got with Maxwell. That's all they got. This is a shocker. Still, this is paid a lot of money to do nothing. I'm guessing this is Shreyas Iyer. He better go from ball one because he got punt in next. And Shreyas Iyer's been in poor form, actually. Punt not looking very happy, nor should he be. Strike rate's fallen through the floor. Shreyas Iyer's got to do something from ball one, as will punt. No time to assess the conditions now. Totally right. We've only got eight and a half overs left. Had to do that from ball one. It looks like he could be out now. He's found a gap at least. Gave himself too much room. He stood on his crease, normal position, and got a leg side over mid wicket. That was the choice of shot there, not nicking it and hitting leg stump. I was told I shouldn't be locking, so 49, 81, 87. Shreyas Iyer's 87 matches, 2, 3, 4, 7 runs, 16 50s, strike rate 124. Commendable, but not overwhelming. And shouldn't be captain really either, by the way. Had shoulder reconstruction. Yeah, it is, but he hasn't done it for more than one ball, has he? Is captaincy taking a toll on punt? A little bit. What's the score? What's the score? It was 70 what? 73 off 12. $73 off 12 is barely over 60. Six, I should say. Looks like it. In a D6 campaign, it looks like it. That should have went. That should have been a huge 6. But he got nothing. It was a wide. He let it go. That should be wide. Is it called a wide? Let's put his foot there. He's bowling very Bangladeshi, like low, skiddy balls that are very hard to put away. Oh, that kept low. It's not a wide because it was inside of his foot. Ball's keeping extremely low. It should be the same in the next innings, though, I must say. I'm switching off my television. Too painful. I'm sorry, Cricket Legends. I kind of agree. It's getting that way, isn't it? But having said that, the pitch keeps lowering. It might be the same for the opposition. It might be worse for the opposition. Two for 77 off 13. This is, yeah, it is getting quite bad. Two for 77 off 13. It's actually less than a run a ball. 77 off 78 balls have scored, which is bloody ordinary. So effectively, that means they're going to get no more than 120, 119, 120. But then we don't know what the score will be like in reverse, but you'd have to think it's definitely in the favour of KKR now. And Delhi look pretty despondent. Okay, I'm back. What did I miss? Not much. What's the time now in Sydney? It is, in fact, 2 a.m. Not much. He missed the wicket of Stoinis has gone up the order. He's gone up to bat at 3 and got out for 18. Pretty sloppy, nothing too dramatic. Darwin's did a couple of good sixes, but he's quieting right down now. And Marvey bowling quite poorly, but is getting away with it. And Darwin's gone for this, not the 6. $49, $81, $90, and then we're down to 1. Isn't it like 2 a.m.? Yes, it is. It isn't like 2 a.m. It is 2 a.m. Purcell's got his batting line with pads on 2. They're barely hitting 1s and 2s here. It's pretty awful to watch. They're going upstairs for a run out. Run out's gone below 1 run a ball, which is awful. Absolutely awful. No, it's miles in. Absolutely miles in. Why would you review that? It was miles in. Blind Freddie could have told you that. Shreyas is not in great form either. He's playing some. Marvey's bowled really well. Two for 81 off what is going to be 14 overs. Very, very poor. 6 overs left. 36 balls. I have a question. Have you seen Jeff Thompson bowling? Yes. How fast is he compared to the modern day cricketers? He was the fastest ever. He could bowl us 170, 175 Ks, even more. He is the fastest ever, without any doubt. Jeff Thompson was the fastest bowler ever. By a country mile. Shikhar Dhawan, 35 for 37, just not good enough. Shreyas is playing fairly uneventful shots as well. Prithvi Shaw was the one that was going for it. He was the one that was clearly going for it. $17 runs in the last 3.5 overs with 1 wicket down. No timing for Shreyas. Way out of form down. I thought Jeff Thompson. No, it's not a myth at all. Absolutely not a myth. Ask anyone. Lenny Pascoe, who bowled with him since a kid. So then it'd be 1 for 83 of 14. This is not much. 2 for 83, sorry. They're going to run a ball over, which is just not good enough. Two for 83 of 14. 6. It's less than 6 and over. 6 and over would be 84. So they're 83 off 84 balls. With 36 to go, they'll be pushing to get 120. And that won't be enough. This is KKR. As long as they bat sensibly, they'll cruise. 60 off 6 overs, you'd hope it would be doable, but that would still only make 143. It's still not enough. And he's out. Shikhar Dhawan out. Chakravarti's taken 2 wickets. It was a good catch. Awful. punts and now, or is Hetmar? I'm not sure. Punt or Hetmar? It's a straight ball, didn't spin at all. It was a good catch. 130 is a pass score. Granted, DC spinners come good. Yeah, well, I don't think so. I think they're going to cruise. They can get singles. They can get singles. They can get singles. They can. As a 2-minute 30 strategic timeout. Third wicket falls. We can change that and say it. Bloody awful. Bloody awful. So 49.81 is something 30, 220, 220 plus 4. And I get one more over and see what happens. Not good, guys. Not good at all. I'm still here, guys. I'm just getting a drink. Slowly but surely, KKR putting the screws into Delhi Capitals' performance. The Delhi Capitals are in a lot of trouble. They're going to. Kolkata can just cruise, run a ball, and get to the total. That's the difference. Played really good cricket throughout the tournament, DC. Now check on this. Yeah, it's very sad. Same with RCB. And just Basket says KKR lifting the trophy. Well, it'll be either CSK or KKR. Both have lifted the trophies before. Dhoni's team will have the edge, though. So two teams are going to go through that have won it before. Oops, a misfield there. Much needed luck there from Delhi Capitals. But they're 87 and they're in the 15th over. Jesus. It was a poor fielding, to be honest. It was pumped. Why are you people giving up so soon? Well, it's not about giving up, but it doesn't look good. You have to, it'll be everything I think go brilliantly for Delhi Capitals in the field, actually less than the score below this. It's just not enough. You can better judge a batting innings batting second. If you're only chasing 120, 130, you can cruise and then make it quite easily. Delhi playing with his cricket 90 runs and 15 overs. Well, 90 runs and 15 overs, 90 runs and 90 balls. 84 matches Rishabh Pant's played for 2,497 runs, 1,650 strike rate on 48. Well, that's relatively impressive. But he's going to need a motor now. Really, Pant should be doing his craziness now. So all they've done is make 3 for 90 after 15 overs. And that's just basically that's exactly 5 and over, 6 and over, sorry. Which is bloody ordinary. Run a ball. Any team can chip that off, even in a poor state of ground, they can do that. 3 for 90 or 15, that's 6 and over. Do you have Vegemite handy as a snack? Not tonight, I don't know. The score will be in between 130 and 140 if they're lucky. If they're lucky. So with 5 overs left, so that's 30 balls. 4 every ball would be good, be 210. But it's not going to happen. 4 every second ball would be 150. Not bad. Okay, Ferguson come back on. Bowling to Rishabh Pant. Rishabh Pant should rightfully be going crazy. He starts that way and hits it straight to the fielder. With 5 overs left and there's 7 wickets in the hand, they should be just going nuts. Oh my God, Punt's hit it straight up in the air and he is gone. There is the match. There is the match. 4 for 90. 2 awful shots Punt's played. Yeah, 130 would be a bit of a fluke now, I'd say now. That was awful from Punt. Petmeyer can play, but Punt was awful. Four for 90. They're not happy. That was a shocking shot. Petmeyer was in. Punt just doesn't seem to be, wow, Norman, think you will be awake all night. Well, if this innings doesn't go in the way that you'd hope it to, it's going to be in trouble. Petmeyer, is there any chance SHARJAH is not going to do it? Petmeyer is capable of hitting a few. Please hand over the trophy money to SRK to she's son from prison. To Shahrukh Khan. Please, I'm not sure what she's getting on her chest there. Okay. KKR really reaping the benefit of quality spin bowling. Can we expect a similar approach from Team India? Yes, you would think so. And Bangladesh, for that matter, too. Australia, no. New Zealand, no. South Africa, no. But Lockie Ferguson's bowling quite well too, don't forget. He just took the wicket of Punt. Hit might have to mark him. That's a good start. 3 spinners is a bit too much. They need a good spinning all-rounder. Yeah. Who's that going to be? Awful shot. Technically, everything was wrong with it. One spinner. That's a very dismal shot for someone in this position. Shaka will come good for Bangladesh. Yeah, he will. Bangladesh could be a bit of a smoky. They're beaten sides at home, and this is not very much unlike their home as an effect. Can't be happy. Cannot be happy. Well, if they get 10 over, they get 136. Shut up. They're dawdling along. They've hit 2 off this over so far. Bangladesh is the dark horse of the tournament. Yes, with the type of pitches that you have, they might spring off surprise. Yes, they might. Question to Norman. Do you think Punt will be an automatic 11 in the World Cup, considering both Rahul and Krishna? No, I don't think he should be an automatic 11 now. Ishan Kishan and Rahul may well be in front of Punt. Hetmeyer's got a strike rate of 150. Lockie Ferguson, he's third over, only 11 runs off his own. $11 runs off almost 3 overs. It's magnificent bowling. And he's not a spinner. No, Punt's not an automatic selection. Right? Ishan Kishan and KKR Rahul looking like they might be ahead of him. Oh, gosh. 4 for 92 off 16. Well under a run of ball. Four for 92 off 16. They really got just the 5 bowlers after this, so 4 for 92 off 16. My God, we'll be going into the last 7 or 8 attempts to get 100. It's not good. Taking outrageous bowling effort from DC to pull this one back in. Very, very unlikely. Not even a wide. Squeezing. 100 sounds like a distant dream now. Yeah, it does. They're going to be pushing it. Not even really anything truly underneath the ball and getting underneath it, lifting it. two teams that Matthew Hayden's with Bishop, and there's more like a bit of frivolity going on. There's not a lot of concentration going on. Big struggle. Chakravarti 2 for 20 off into his fourth. Australia size ran well there with Hetmar, but still they're into the 17th over and they're still not 100. They're going to be lucky to get 120. Delhi looks very, very, very despondent. All the Delhi players look very despondent. Hetmar's had a good go at that, and he looks like he's out. They're a mess. They are a mess. They are in a bloody mess. 5 for 95. Hetmar gone. You can't blame Hetmar. It was well before he came on. Okay, let's have a look here. 5 for 95. Off 16, this is really looking poor. Delhi can't be confident now. They could be all out. Oh, looks like it's a no ball. I badly wanted to see the RCB DC final. KKR destroyed my hopes of this happening. KKR single-handedly have done that. They've beaten. It was a no ball, so we may have a wicket there. So that that's a bit of a saviour there. We'll have to just rectify that. So edit there. It's not a little bit of a saviour there for Delhi, but still they're nowhere near winning. The phone. Okay. I will not be watching the performance of the next thing. I think we're going to be in for a very, very dismal night here. It's another wicket. It's a great catch. Hetmar was very lucky. 4 for 98 with only 3 overs left. Yep. Delhi have just fallen in a heap here. Shreya's eye has been awful too. So 4 for 99 off 17 is way too few. 4 for 99 off 17. After 17 full overs, they haven't even hit 100. Can't be a good situation. Four for 99 after 17 overs. They need to be 102. Awful. Well, they scored their 100th run on the 17-point first delivery. Way too late. I'm trying to survive until the 20th over here, guys. I'm struggling, especially with this awful batting performance to watch. Hetmeyer was saved because he was out, would have been a real mess. Hetmeyer can hit. He might, well, let's say if he gets the miracle stuff, if he gets another 30 runs, that'll be a miracle. And still should mean that KKR should win. Hetmeyer's hit the ball so damn high, it's not funny. And it's gone for 6. He certainly got a hold of it. He hit it so high, it went further high than it went long. Let's just see what happens here. Well, all I've done is just resurrected it back to where it should be at 6-12, 16. Just barely run a ball still. Some 7, so they've got what, 6-12, 15 balls. No one's wearing masks. It's all gone by the wayside here. Oh, that's not what they wanted. This catches a shame. This is exhausting. About to go 3 hours of the broadcast, and we barely got the first game over. Innings over. Just on 6 and over. Projected score 121. That's awful. The dancing is very, very loose. Pommy's not happy. What's that? Ahmed Kaif. He's going to hold that. So that's a bit better. 15 off that over. Very lucky that Hetmar isn't there, because if he wasn't there. What is the lowest score defended on this channel? I think it's more than 114. A fourth 114 off 18. So there's 12 balls left. It's be a tick over 6 and over. What is the lowest score defended on this ground? I don't know offhand, but it's more than this. I'm pretty sure of that. They need to get Hetmar and strike quick start. Chakravarti, is he injured? He's gone off. Is that possibly another Indian team replacement? Oh, is that a wide? I don't know why Naran needs to do this with such a low total. Hetmar is pitting beautifully. Not looking good. Gone. Well, guys, we might leave it at that. We can see that the 5 wickets down is not good enough. So we'll talk to you hopefully for the final.